like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Kombere people, speakers of Yakambe language, as the traditional custodians. I acknowledge and respect the continuing culture and contribution they make to the life of this city and this region. I thank the indigenous people for the ongoing relationship within this country and all that is inherited within this country of ancestral domains. I would also like to honor and pay respect to the elders both past, present and future, and extend that respect to other Indigenous Australians, fellow students and colleges. I would also like to warn that this channel story may contain images and contents that may disturb viewers' discrimination advice. My name is Makoi Makuel. I was born in Sudan, but however, due to my culture clan, I classify myself as South Sudanese. My community is Denka Gar, which live in South Sudan, in the state of Rebecca. My first experience of witnessing getting to know the first Australian people was when my family decided to leave Newcastle to move to Brisbane in 2005. When I relocated to Brisbane back in 2005, the first suburb I lived in was Tagan, nearby in Zilmia. There was many small indigenous groups. Currently, there are not many indigenous community members living or hanging around the Zilmia area, in comparison to when I first moved here in 2005. Other than the Zilmia community house, there is no evidence of land or arts to embrace the Aboriginal culture. However, when I attended high school at St. Patrick's College in Shorncliffe, I had the privilege of meeting great Aboriginal students that were in my class, playing soccer, and I became friends with to this moment of time. The high school that I attended had a program which brought a couple of students from a place called Tiwi Islands on education program and sport. The Tiwi Island people are part of the Northern Territory located 80 kilometers north of Darwin. They are famous for the traditional lifestyle of AFL. The first movie that I watched while coming to Australia that started the first people was called Rabbit Proof Fence. The movie made me sad because of the way seeing how the Aboriginal people were being treated during the time Europeans colonized Australia. I could not believe that the law of white enforcement gave the white Europeans so much power to take young children from their mothers by force, to make them forget about their culture. This made me feel disgusted. After the movie, I went to do research and found information about the lost generation and the impact that it had on the Aboriginal people, which reminded me of what happens in many countries in Africa. The first Australian people in my tribe share the unique of culture, because culture represents the ways of living that are built up by groups and transmitted from one generation to another. However, when Europeans came to this country, Australia, they made the Aboriginal people to forget their culture by making them learn the Europeans' culture of speaking English and dressing the way they dress. Language is unique to Aboriginal people to identify who they are and where they come from. The land and the waterways are associated with the dreaming stories and culture learning that links Aboriginal people with who they are and where they belong. I would like to recommend in future that the Indigenous people have the right to be able to have their arts, culture to be recognized throughout Australia, for example schools, museums, sports and more.